And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport for a Sevens watch along. The BLITZBOKS will be in action after this final women's game. In fact, I think they actually get another one after this. Actually, we need to find that out. But in theory, they're scheduled to kick off in about 10 minutes' time. For the last game of the day for the BLITZBOKS, they beat Japan 48-0. They beat Ireland, I think it was 21-12 in the end. Probably wasn't their best performance against Ireland, if we're being brutally honest. But they got the job done at the end of the day, which is probably the main thing that they would have wanted to have done. And yeah, they're going to hopefully try and finish things off with a bit of a flurry and then go into playoffs tomorrow. It's been a very interesting day of Sevens rugby because we've seen, for example, Fiji going down to both France as well as Spain today. So it's been an interesting weekend of Sevens rugby, and hopefully the BLITZBOKS can make it 3 out of 3 and move in tomorrow with a lot of confidence. And if they can try and win the trophy, go back to back, because I mean they've just been winning these series like it's too easy for them, really. Then it would be a great way to start the season, wouldn't it? So yeah, where are we at? So there goes the hooter for this final, this game, the women's game. But in terms of some of the results that we've seen today, since we watched this morning, when South Africa beat Ireland 21-12. After that, we saw Spain lose to France 33 points to 14. Fiji then came back in brilliant style and absolutely hammered Argentina 40 points to 7. Kenya beat Canada 26-14. Australia beat USA 19-22, and Ireland smashed Japan 41-0. The last game for the men's today is the BLITZBOKS versus Great Britain. Hopefully, we're in for quite a good game. And also make sure you hang around, because after this, we're going to be going straight into a live watch-along of the Bulls taking on the Sharks. That's happening down in Durban. Carl Asher will be with you guys for tonight, taking you through that game, which will be very cool to see the first URC game on home soil in South Africa. So, yeah, I think it's been a good start to the weekend in terms of the games that we've seen, and hopefully the games that we'll see tomorrow will be even better. And the Australia women's side just hammering Brazil 35 points to 7. I mean, it's the Australia women's and the South African men who are currently just setting the standards when it comes to the Sevens game. So yeah, let me know if you got any score predictions. What are we thinking? How are we feeling about the weekend? Which game are we looking forward to? Are we looking forward to the Sevens? Are we looking forward to the Sharks Bulls game tonight? We're looking forward to the Stormers versus the Lions tomorrow night. Leinster Connacht tonight as well. Plenty of rugby over the course of the weekend. He says, like the new HUD. Even the HUD says, hi, hello, everybody. And yeah, jump in the chat. Let me know how the week's been. We've got a poll running in the comments, and nobody's backing Great Britain to get the victory, which I like to see. It is 6:30, almost 6:30 on the South African Friday night. So the beers, they are open. FG said, I finished exams today, so the weekend's going to be lacquer. Well, cheers to you. Cheers to the exams. Hope they went well. Yeah, I'm with you guys for this game, and then Carl's going to take over, and I'm going to head to the pub and enjoy my Friday night ahead of what's going to be a busy weekend of creating content, getting myself organized, and then I'm off on golf tour next week, which is going to be a good time. If you guys want to watch a very good laugh, you can check out the CDP channel. We've just uploaded the latest highlights of our six-a-side match the other day. Who is your favorite Sevens player at the moment? I think that's an interesting question, because I tell you what, I mean, look, Sullivan Davies has been my favorite player for a while. But Jeepers, JC Pretorius is looking so good, dude. Every dip on his field, I think he's definitely going to become a crowd favorite very, very quickly. But it's just such a good side at the moment, the South African, the BLITZBOKS. There's just so much quality across the entire, I mean, between Zane Davids, Soares up here. I mean, Ranko de Priya, who's a stalwart for the seven side, barely gets to the starting lineup these days. Obviously, it's a lot more than just the starting seven. You got people like Ryan Oosthuizen off the bench, Ronald Brown coming off the bench at the moment. There's just so much quality across the entire squad. Good evening, Johan. Hope you're well. FMD says Ronnie Brown is my favorite player. I mean, such a cool story, isn't it? Not a cool story. It's such a great story. Such an inspiring story. After this, it's a bit of a break when it comes to sevens because the next game will only be in January. So we've got back-to-back Dubai. Then in theory, we are in Malaga in the second last weekend of January 21 to 23. Then the last weekend of January, we're in Seville. After that, we're in Vancouver. That's just a men's tournament. Then LA for just a men's tournament. Then Singapore, both men's and women's in April. May, we're in Toulouse, and London is where we will wrap up the season, the 20th, 29th of May. And then it's the big World Cup next year. Dan says, you realize how hard it is to draw and pass at my school when it is 2 versus 1. The defender pretends that it's going for you, but the moment you try and draw past it, he intercepts it. Well, it's apparently something to work on there. Yeah, I can't say I've had to worry about too many drawing passes. I haven't played rugby in years. Nor did I plan on getting back onto the field, unfortunately. I'm very much retired. Knee surgery number 3 up for me in January, so I think that my days as a rugby player are very much over. What time do they start? I think it's starting in about 2 minutes. I think it was 6:32 was the official time that it's supposed to start. Sorry, 6:33 if we're going to be that specific. 18:33 South African Standard Time is when the two teams will take to the park. So we've got another couple of minutes, so you can get your score predictions now if you want. Sorry, this has been answered before, but why is you playing instead of the separate nations? Yeah, so I think apparently it was because they, of the various COVID issues and traveling and stuff like that, they decided it'll be easier to stay as Team Great Britain. As far as I understand, they're supposed to be going back to the individual nations next year, so I don't understand how the point system is going to work. It's all very weird. Doesn't really make much sense to me anyway, because yeah, I just don't understand. But yeah, I mean, it'll be quite. It doesn't make it a little bit better if you beat them. You know, like this is the best of 3 nations, like British and Irish Lions minus the Irish, and you just cheers, boys. I think Warren Whiteley would be a good sevens player. He was a very good sevens player. He's got a Commonwealth bronze, played back in Rio 2016. He was a very good sevens player. He should be a World Cup winner. And how cool would that have been? Commonwealth bronze, World Cup winner. Such a heartbreaking story because he went from being Springbok captain, you know, to not being in that World Cup squad because of injury. And he definitely would have made that World Cup squad. Not a shadow of a doubt. Whether he would have made the side, I don't know. He was playing some terrific. He went through that Super Rugby season and didn't miss a single tackle the entire season. He was a fan favorite, wasn't he? And absolutely gutted he's left the Lions. He had some great moments in a box jersey, though. Somebody I'd like to have in the podcast. Very nice guy, very down to earth, speaks very well. Wayne says, watching from York in the UK. Whoop, go Bokker. There we go. In a very cold UK, I'm sure. Yeah, I just don't understand because when the professional players draw and pass, then the defender doesn't even think about the intercept. It only goes to the guy who has the ball. Well, I suppose, you know, it's all about how well you draw the player. In theory, you got to take the intercept out the question. Whereas in theory, if they're going for the intercept, you can then dummy it. Cheers. Right, starting line for South Africa. MP Fist. It's just got to take it away. Well, Suez Uppy taking up the men. It looks like the same side that started earlier today. Dan says White was fantastic captain, but he had too many injuries. Yeah, well, it ended his career, didn't it? Not allowed to talk about the weather. Yeah, fair enough. It's a stunning evening here in Johannesburg. It's 25, 26 degrees, nice and cool. Very pleasant out there, nice and warm. Perfect dry weather. But we had so much rain lately. Well, here we go. The boys are on the park. Let's go. Man in the middle is Gianluca Gnecchi from Italy. 9th match on series. We're quite a newbie. Dubai looks like a vibe at the moment. I think Dubai is a vibe most of the time if you've got the money to go to the right places. Right, so Great Britain have got kick-off. Any thoughts on Kurt Small joining the Bulls? A hell of an appointment to have somebody that sort of caliber taking your Curry Cup side. But yeah, I'll be interested to sort of see what the Curry Cup side will look like. But we've got kick-off over here to a touch for MP Fisser, who goes up. It's a very nice take from him. Gets the ball down. Right, Van Veek going to Zane Davids. Zane Davids trying to get around the outside. He's wrapped, I guess, past the 10-meter. Van Veek going back inside to Branko de Preer. To Fisser. Fisser's got men outside. He's trying to get around the outside. Can he free his hands up? No, decides to go with an extra roll. It's available there for Branko de Preer. Shifts it to Van Veek. Van Veek going to Sullivan Davids. Right, now we've got 2-on-1 situation. If Sullivan Davids can bring it in. Zane Davids! Zane Davids! Wow, there it is. Over we go. The big man. Zane Davids. Over in 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Come on, the chaps. Come on, the buggers. Come on, the BLITZBOKS. Just out of an operation, watching rugby, best kind of recovery. Well, all the best with recovery. I'm going under in January, so I'll be joining you guys there. You might see me with my leg just chilling up here, doing Watchalongs next year. But yes, long time to go before that. I'm going to enjoy my December. That's the perfect start. That is the absolute. I think I know that guy. He's very familiar. Yeah, well, there's a couple of crowds. Well, there's a big crowd and a couple of South Africans in the stadium there. The kick is good as well. 7-0 after less than 2 minutes. What a start. What a start from Zane Davids. Perfect start for the BLITZBOKS. Now, let's not take the foot off the pedal. Let's go put the pedal to the metal here. Right, Sullivan Davids going quite close to the touchline. Fisser is there to compete, but they do manage to knock it down to Great Britain. Williams now taking into contact. Well wrapped up by Zane Davids. Great Britain all the way back in the 22. Sniping around here is Alex Davies. Giving it out to Ross McCann. Now it's the number 12. That's Max McFarlane going around the outside. He's brought down by Suia Zapi. Old Shakes the captain. Now Jason Pretorius sees a shift here. Gets inside, but is brought down right in front of Zane Davids, who wants to get involved. Went for the tournament. Now the kick comes in. It's a very nice kick as well. That'll line it just halfway between the 10-meter and the 22. So a bit of a territory game there from Davis. It's a bit of a strange tactic. It's not a bad kick, but it's like halfway to the 10 and 22. So I wouldn't say they're under pressure, but it's the perfect sort of attacking set piece that South Africa would want. You know, you've got 3 people in the line out, you've created a lot of space, and do you really want to give Sullivan Davids Sawyers up here and they go straight to Fisser? Oh, but they've stuffed it up big time. They've messed it up big time. Fisser's gone straight down to Zane Davids. Zane Davids doesn't look happy with it. Neil Powell just never looks happy, does he? He never looks happy. A perfectionist, but what a coach! What he's done to this team is unbelievable. So, mistake there for South Africa. They've gifted Great Britain a scrum about 10 yards out from the 22. Waiting, I'm lagging on one behind you guys. But I can just pause for a minute and then we should be able to link up. So, tackle there from Sullivan Davids. Zay Davids is all over that ball as well, competing on the ground. But it's available for Great Britain. No scrum half for Great Britain, but if somebody eventually arrives, they go down the work down the blind side. Davis goes himself, but is well wrapped up. Couldn't get the ball away on the tackle. Sniping going. And Davis is bringing him down, and the pass doesn't go to hand. Will roll out on the 22. So it's decent defense. That ball got to hand that JC Pretorius would have had work to do, but it didn't. So for 3 minutes left, South Africa will have a line out on the 22. It's a good tackle there by Sullivan Davids. Because you can see the man just can't get the ball away. Zane Davids as well to suck a couple people into the breakdown. Eventually, a scrum off comes in. They shift towards the right. Now they go back towards MP Fisser, who's fumbled it. And Great Britain have actually got it back. They've got a knock-on advantage as well. No advantage. So that's 2 mistakes from South Africa. You don't often see that. They're such a well-drilled side. They just don't make mistakes. It's what made them so good on their 19 games unbeaten. I think 20 games unbeaten now. So they just don't make those sort of errors. But they've made 2 now in quick succession. So Great Britain will be looking to try and capitalize. They're coming into this tournament seeded 6th. South Africa, of course, seeded 1st. Whew. Getting on the beer train, boys. Cold, a bit colder than I expected, to be honest. Right, big scrum here. What can Great Britain do? Well, Branko appears that very well to disrupt the scrum off, and he's gotten over it, though. And a penalty to South Africa. That is brilliant stuff from Branko de Pree. So quick on the scrum off. Simon Davis desperately trying to get that ball out. He wants to go quickly. Like a pack of hyenas apparently were in there. Ferguson, the man caught in the ball there. T-Ox Gavy says Neil Powell will save my Sharks. I think it's going to be a great addition. Right, quick tap now. They're going off to the right. It's in the hands of Van Wyk. So Davis a dummy run. Jason Pretorius getting on the outside. He's got a lot of pace. Oh, he throws one away. Zane Davis back inside to Van Wyk. Long ball out to Sullivan Davis. Looking straightened. Sullivan Davis, long pass over the top. Fisher hitting it on the run there. Comes inside one. Gets away from another. Brought down by the 22. So good continuity for the Blitzbok. From Zane Davis and Wyk. Oh, cheers, boy. Well, he's looking around. I still don't think he knows where Van Wyk is. The magician. And it's under the post as well for South Africa. That is such, I mean, the pace of that attack is unbelievable. But it's just the step. I mean, I think the Great Britain defender is still turning around trying to find where he is. I mean, Sullivan Davis, that long lofted pass out from to Impey Fisher. Cuts inside, gets away from one. Eventually he's brought down. And it's just the angle that Van Wyk gets. Then the step over there. And, ooh, cheers, boy. I think the knee might have gone a little bit there. Completely wrong foot of the defender. And 12 points to 0. Right in front of the Poles. 14 points to 0. Blitzboks looking very, very comfortable. Right, Simon Davis with the ball in hand. They've got 3 seconds left. Puts it against touchdown once again. Impey Fisher up there to compete. It does fall down into the hands of Jamie Fondale. And it's a penalty. Quick tap here comes from Great Britain. Williams going to Davis. Oh, it's a big hit for Suarez up. He doesn't manage to make. Oh, he's through. The ball outside from Bake's got work to do. It's a foot race. He comes inside from Bake. Sullivan Davis is there, but the follow-up play. Zane Davis is there, but the follow-up play is just too good. Really good continuity there from Great Britain. They hit back. Alex Davis is the man. And it's just a support play that did the Blitzboks there. Suarez up, he came in and hit Ross McCann really hard, but he managed to ride the tackle. And once he was through, it was a numbers game. Zane Davis did really well to come here with the scramble defense. You see, that's the sit down Suarez up, he tackle, which is the issue. He steps inside of him, Bake. Gets away from Davis, managed to get the pass out wide. And after that, the afterburners from Max McFarland. He's brought down by Sam Davis, but the inside ball comes then to number 2, Morgan Williams. And Davis is there, but unfortunately, inside ball eventually rides to Alex Davis, and he was just uncontested. It's great support play. And not the way I would have wanted to go into halftime. 14-0, you're looking very comfortable. 14-7, will kick to come. And he's gotten that kick to come. So 14 points to 7, not the way the Blitzboks would like to have gone to halftime. Right, well, there it is, halftime over in Dubai. 14 points to 7, the Blitzboks final group stage game. This is all about finishing top of the log, really. Actually, I think we might have already finished top of the log, you know. So reset the clock there. Looking good. Yeah, looking good with ball in hand. I was a bit sloppy with the defense there, but hopefully we'll respond. Hi, Steve. Why do you think Rusty and SA Rugby withdrew appeals? First of all, maybe they thought they weren't going to win it. Second of all, I think there's a certain amount of just let sleeping dogs lie, I suppose. I don't know. I do wonder if they think maybe that they weren't going to win the appeal and it's just going to drag on and it's just going to be more distraction. They might have just decided, you know what, they've handed down the verdict. We're not happy with it, but let's just get on with it. Let's just go and continue proving people wrong in spite of what they think of us type thing. I don't know. Those would be the only reasons I could probably guess, imagine. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? It's Friday. I'm very excited for this weekend. Very, very excited for this weekend. Got a lot of content to create and to make. And then on Monday, off to the Kruger Park, people. So next week, there'll be no live shows. I'm just warning you now. The last one maybe on Sunday night. There'll be no live shows next week. In fact, I'm not going to be here. But there will still be content coming out every single day because we do appreciate you people. Almost back from halftime. Please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. We'll have final confirmation on when the fixtures will be tomorrow, and then we'll see on the channel which games we'll be able to do live and the likes. First, Pool A. I don't know what pool we are in. What pool are we in, people? We are Pool A. So first of Pool A is tomorrow at 10 to 9. I don't think we'll probably be live for that. I've got a lot of running around to do. But if we make the semi-finals at 12:24, 12:46, we'll make sure we're trying to be live for that. And then the final, unfortunately, is actually at the same time as we get the thing taken off underway as the other URC game. So it's a bit of a messy clean kick-off there. Sit down! Davis has gone one back off Davis. He's absolutely sat him down. BLITZBOKS on the front foot here. Ball going out wide to Ronald Brown. Is onto the second half, looking to inject some pace. You go to Salvin Davis. Salvin Davis sees a bit of space. Runs straight into the defender, though. I don't think that ball's coming out, unfortunately. No, it is. Sawyer's up. He's there. The captain there. Bit of a messy ball. Knocked sideways there from Vivek. No, it's forward. Wasn't a good pass from Sawyer's up, but jeepers, what a run from Zane Davis. Absolutely murdered him. Kevin says his legs or seven's going to take place in Cape Town in December, Steve. No, so I think last weekend was actually supposed to be, last weekend or this weekend was supposed to be the Cape Town Sevens, which was unfortunately called off second year in a row. But the Cape Town, the Sevens World Cup in theory is supposed to be in Cape Town next year, and hopefully then we'll have the usual tournament. Krista also said it's really about all about keeping an unbeaten run. I truly believe that we'll win this tournament as well. Well, we're definitely the best side at the moment, like by country mile. We are the gold standard in sevens at the moment. Long may that continue. 20 games unbeaten and counting. It could go up to 24 if we were to win this tournament. Salvin Davis very well off the scrum there, wrapping up the scrum half. Oh, they've got numbers here. Oh, if he had given that pass away, he's actually stuffed it up here. Jason Pretorius managed to make that tackle. They had a man outside and on the blind side. That's not a very good pass either. So a bit of pressure here for Great Britain. Oh, and he's locked it forward, giving it straight to Van Veek, who gives it up to Ronald Brown. Ronald Brown's got Swiss up in support, but does he need him? Brought down the 22. Van Veek looking to recycle quickly, going into Salvin Davis, the playmaker. Grab it through. Oh, ref, he's been taken out. Yeah, penalty. Ref, that's cynical. Give me out. Give him a card. Yeah, here's a card. Cheers. Get out of here. That's the last thing that Great Britain would have needed. But yeah, Salvin Davis putting in the grabber there and being stopped in the run. So yellow card to number 2 for Great Britain, which is, I believe, the try scorer. No, sorry, it's Morgan Williams. Right, tap and go here. They've got space here. Ronald Brown's going down the right. Goes to St. David's, who's wrapped up. And it's knocked on from Van Veek. That's just the accuracy a little bit lacking here, people. Down to 6. So it's a couple of errors here from the BLITZBOKS. Definitely not been their most polished performance. Still leading by 7 at the moment. Big scrum here. Referee says we need to put Faf in the sevens. Yeah, I think you do quite well there. Looks like the vision is easier with the sevens. It's far more. Yeah, look, I think there's less. It's I think it is. I'm not sure it's easier, but it's just a lot. You make the calls very quickly, and you make. It's very much about instinct when it comes to sevens. You don't have much time for interpretation. You just sit there, you see a rack, and you're going right. Who's impeding? Who's not impeding? Kevin says, why Fiji so shocked? I suppose. Yeah, they are rebuilding. But they should never be losing to Spain. Never ever losing to Spain. Right, what kind of 6-man Great Britain team do? They run straight into Ronald Brown. Going down the left-hand side here. They're never going to have the numbers at the moment because they're own man down. Jason Pretorius trying to rip that ball in the tackle. In fact, he does rip the ball in the tackle. But it's a penalty, though, because he fell on the ground. The Great Britain was all over. The quick tack comes here. Now the kick ahead. And he's kicked I think he's kicked that straight into touch. He has kicked that straight into touch. How long is the yellow and sevens? I think it's 1.5. It's 35 seconds left, so maybe 1 minute, 1.5, around there. Less technical, perhaps. Union has to be frustrated at the moment. Yeah, there's just far too many rule changes, I think, in Union, which is becoming the issue. But yeah, the ball's clearly in touch there. It's a horrible kick, and after being able to trying to put pressure on South Africa, they've just allowed South Africa to have a line out in the 22 up against 6 defenders. They go to Fisser. He goes back down to Ronald Brown. Ronald Brown going to Selvin David. Selvin David's going to Schulte van Wyk. Giving it to Fisso, who's wrapping around. Now it's a numbers issue. So he's up down the waiting. Where's he going to go? Comes inside. Wraps in 2 defenders. Got to recycle this. Impy Fisso goes to Ronald. Sorry, it's Van Wyk. He goes to Ronald Brown. He's got the pace. He's got the numbers as well. This has to be a try. Van Wyk's going himself. He's coming off. And Wyk down over the... Sorry, it's Ronald Brown. Underneath the poles. Well, he had the numbers. He didn't need them. He didn't need them. I think that's 3 defenders he's gone unbeaten there. He's just so quick off the mark as Ronald Brown. 19 points to 7. That should hopefully be the game. Look, still in 2.5 minutes. Definitely not. But that's making the yellow card count. So the yellow card has come to an end. Players back on the park. Oh, this is way to Great Britain. So how did the Lions play in the 7th? Well, to be fair, Ireland have got their own side. So it's not. So it's the British and Irish Lions, where this is technically the British 7s. You see 1, 2, 3, just too much pace, too much pace. So adjust the clock here. We've still got and time back on. So 2 minutes left. 21 points to 7. Selvin Davis with ball in hand. Looking to kick down. Oh, in fact, he goes very short. The space. It's a bit messy. Van Wyk is there. We're under a little caught underway from that variation of the kickoff now. Looks like Krabala's on the park. JC Pretorius didn't release. Giving a penalty away to the 10-meter line. GB taking it quickly. Ran straight into it. And now Krabala's over that. This time he wasn't part of the tackle, so he's allowed to play it. So, oh, that's a harsh one. That's a harsh one. So Fisser not rolling or is the call. GMB going on the right side. Oh, he's at the ball behind though, and Ronald Brown has burst onto this now. His pace. He puts it onto the boot. He's not going to get there at first, but he gets over. Now the man on the ball. Oh, high tackle. I'm not convinced about that. Well, GB right back in the 22 is where we want to play the rugby, and he's brought down right in front of Swears up. He's having go, but they do manage to retain it. Got a long way to go. He had Britain managed to get around the 1. Oh, he's through. He's through. Selvin Davis is there, though. Throwing the long pass out there. He's not going to have the pace. Inside ball, though. The numbers here. Selvin Davis needs to make a tackle here. Looking for the support. He's fallen right in front of Selvin Davis. It's given time for the South African defenders to get back. They've still got numbers, though. They need to shift out wide as JC Pretorius. No, he decides to go himself. Good defense here so far from the blitz box. 30 seconds left. Now shifting out right wide. He needs to come back and support this Britain. He does. He's brought down by Fisto. He's been a workhorse today. Pretorius throws him to the ground and gets on top of the ball. Wins a penalty. That's what we need. Time off sub is Carl. So it's Carl, C-A-L. But yeah, he's doing the Sharks game next. Big Shark supporter. So he's going to take you through that. I'll be with you guys tomorrow for Delu. My boys back in the business. Fred Zellinger at fly half. Hopefully it'll go well. Up against a pretty decent Stormer side, must say. A couple of subs here for the BLITZBOKS for the final 16 seconds. They've done it. They've won 3 from 3. Neil Power, understandably to be fair, not looking very happy. It wasn't a very polished performance. We've seen a lot better from the BLITZBOKS in recent times, but Sean Williams is on the park for the final 16 seconds. Yep, and all that Selvin Davis is going to do is kick this nice and deep from the penalty. Finds touch halfway between the 10-meter and the halfway line. They'll have a final opportunity at having it. In fact, if they even want it, they can go for the try. They can kick it out. They've won this game. So we're all good. We're all good in the hood. Cheers. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for jumping on. Steven says your commentary is awesome. Thank you. Robert says, good job, Box. Do you do commentating on the Cheetahs game against Barcelona? Barcelona got smashed. No, I haven't actually managed to watch most of that Super Sport Challenge. It's been a very busy month. Right, what are we going to do here? We're going to kick it out. We're going to try from the try. They're going to first. Oh, they've actually lost it. So the BLITZBOKS will now defend in the last few seconds, almost 25 seconds over time. Straightens, gets away from Selvin Davis. Doesn't get away from Krabala, though. Good carry there, good tackle there. I think it's Krabala again. The ball gets struck out wide. From Tom Bowen, who throws it back inside. And Krabala has burst onto it. He's been dumped. So that's a penalty and a yellow card. It could be a red card. Yellow, get him off. Give him a card. Well, it's 45 seconds. So We tapped it quickly. We surely will just kick this out here, chaps, unless people just want to get some stats going. Yeah, it was a pretty poor tackle. Just lifted him up and just dropped him, just dumped him. And we kick it out. Wow, full time. 21 points. I don't know why I'm sitting on 19. 21 points to 7. The final score over in Dubai. BLITZBOKS go 3-3. Their continued unbeaten run just keeps on continuing. If they can add 3 more tomorrow, they will be Dubai champions again. Second week in a row. It's a bit weird because obviously the Cape Town series and stuff like that. But yeah, please do smash like on the way out. We will be live right now, basically, for the Sharks game. So go and join our call there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for small sevens and some Sharks versus Stormers. Thank you very much. Keep well.